Is Ad Astra, the new movie with Brad Pitt, directed by James Gray, is it a new instant classic space epic? Is it just okay, mostly enjoyable? Or is it a waste of your time? It depends, and I'll get to why in just a second. Here we go.
Boring Reviews!
Welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here, and I am riding solo to give you my quick thoughts on the movie Ad Astra. When Ad Astra, the first trailer for it came out, I was instantly excited. I love space movies, Interstellar, Gravity, Apollo 13, Alien, right? Alien, so many awesome space movies out there. The Martian, fantastic. I love a good space movie. Star Wars, can't believe I forgot that for a second. Star Trek, so many good ones. But more than those last two, Ad Astra falls in that plane of traveling through space as a more realistic, yet set in the future type movie. And I was really excited. Love Brad Pitt movies. He's a phenomenal actor. I, once again, love space movies. James Gray, I did not really know him too well. I looked up some of his movies. I still can't remember any of them. That's how little I know or have ever seen those before. I heard he is a artistic type guy, but I didn't find that out until afterwards. So let's get into Ad Astra. So, how did I feel about this movie? Did it have great cinematography? I'm hearing that from a lot of reviews. Yes, it did. You are not going to be disappointed with the shots that you get. Did it have great acting? Yes, it did. But there's not a lot of actors in here. You have Brad Pitt. He's in most of the movie. Donald Sutherland in it a little bit. Tommy Lee Jones is in it a little bit. And then you're sprinkled in with a few other actors here and there. But this is basically Brad Pitt's movie. Liv Tyler plays his love interest. And she has, I think, maybe 2 lines. And you see her for maybe a total of 6 minutes of screen time. Okay, this is Brad Pitt's film. This is basically his film where he's doing the Will Smith I Am Legend thing. Is he captivating enough to have him on the screen? And in my opinion, I think he is. Was he given enough material in this movie to be captivated enough to be the only one on the screen? I say no. Okay, this is a very slow movie. Very, very slow. I haven't seen one review. I've only watched a few of them and read a few where it does not mention that. It is very, very slow. And I typically like a slow burn. I have no problem with the movie being a little slower, with things being accentuated and things being drawn out and longer takes. I have no problem with that typically as long as the payoff is there. With Ad Astra, it's a beautifully shot movie. It really is. You can tell James Gray is an artist. And I don't believe every person in film is an artist. He is a true film artist. Holy cow. There's an opening shot where it has a lot of lens flares, and I was thinking J.J. Abrams right away, but he really accentuates on that. And transitioning from space to Earth with those lens flares as those transitions, they almost look like planets. That was pretty cool. It wasn't really my style, but I feel like I had an idea that he was going with the artistic view in most of this movie. There are a few shots that are really cool. There's a shot where Brad Pitt, I think it's in the trailer, whole red light, and all you see him is in red, looking somewhere. That's pretty cool. There's some great set pieces. They get onto the moon. I'm just going to say that for a certain amount of time. And I really enjoyed some of that. Besides, let's just say the rover scene where they're traveling, I thought that was kind of ridiculous. So that was kind of interesting to me. It wasn't really my favorite. And that's the thing about this movie. This movie went into a direction that I did not care for. This movie went into a direction and it focused and accentuated that slow burn on areas that I did not feel paid off. I feel like this was definitely an artistic film. I feel like it was a little self-serving. I felt like it was James Gray's message to something, and we're going to expect the audience to sit down for 2 hours and 2 minutes and figure out this simple message that we could have got in a shorter time. And not just that, but with the backdrop of a space movie, especially after The Martian and Interstellar are still fresh in our minds, you got to give us more than just your take on a relationship. And that's what this movie boils down to, the relationship of father and son. And Brad Pitt, he's an older gentleman. He's a matured gentleman. So he's been dealing with these issues for a long time, and that's basically what this movie is about. For me, the payoff was not worth it. The shots were great. I was nodding off quite a bit, and I didn't even go that late. And like I said, it's only 2 hours. Thank goodness it wasn't 2 hours, 40 minutes. But I'm a huge story guy. I'm a huge dialogue. I'm a huge acting type guy, what I want to see at least in a film. And it had the acting, but it didn't have the other two elements. So unfortunately for me, I did not like Ad Astra. I cannot imagine myself ever watching it again, even if it's on TV. I can't imagine it because I just have no interest in it. It's not my type of film, James Gray. I can respect what you're doing as an artist, but it's just not my style, and that's okay. I have a pretty wide range of style, I really do, so if it's not really for me, then that's saying a lot, but you may love it. The critics are going crazy for this movie. Crazy, crazy. In the high 80s, mid 80s on Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes, and just all these reactions are so positive. It's not my type of movie. Sorry. All right. Holy cow, I've got different clothes, a different hat on, but I realized after I finished the last video that I forgot to give you my grade. And I forgot to answer that question at the very beginning of the video. So this is the first time I'm doing this. So I need to give you my grade, and obviously, not even listening to the review, I do not think it is an instant classic. I do not even think it's just mildly entertaining and okay. I personally think it's a waste of time. But like I said at the beginning, it depends on you. Are you into an artsy type movie? And I don't say artsy as an insult. It's just not for me. And obviously there's a huge market for movies that are a big work of art and not a whole lot of other substance. And for those of you that love it, you will love this movie because you're going to get a whole lot of that with a little bit of story. For me, it's not for me. I love movies that have the story, that have the acting, that have the plot pieces and the art. That's why I'm getting really excited about these movies I've been watching from Indian cinema. They know how to craft all that together and make it in a beautiful package. But this movie for me, it just wasn't enough. So I'm going to have to do it, and I'm going to have to give it a D-. Sorry, for me, I'm never going to want to watch this again. It would be an F, which I don't give it an F too many times, but Brad Pitt was phenomenal. Tommy Lee Jones, for the little amount of time he was in it, was phenomenal as an actor. So you know what? No, let's change that. Let's give it a solid D. There we go. For Tommy Lee Jones, it goes up to a D. There you have it. Those are my thoughts on Ad Astra. Don't forget, if you haven't done so already, to check out some other videos that Boring Reviews have. We're a newer channel, but we're getting some traction, and we're excited about that. Go ahead and check those other videos out. We have all types of genres, types of videos, and different types of movies out there, whether you're talking about Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood, other Indian cinema. There's a whole bunch of different reactions you might like there, and you might consider subscribing. But until next time, adios.
Boring Reviews!